Hey everybody, welcome back to Living Between Paychecks Kitchen. I'm Oz, Jackie Lady, still at Lake Jackson, and this is part 2 of our sides for Thanksgiving. Like, we did a big special last year, so we're going to do a small part ones this year. He's taking care of the big meat stuff. I've already done one. It was about our dressing, our side dish. So now we're going to do sweet potatoes. Now this is a twist because I've never been a big fan of them with all the marshmallows on it. So this is a sweet potato casserole. It's going to be a little different. Before we get into it, be sure to like, share, subscribe, ring the little bell, do the notification stuff. We very much appreciate it. It helps you know that when we do these on Tuesdays and Fridays. Thanks for doing all that kind of stuff. If you've already done it, we salute YouTube. So we have to shamelessly plug, and we have our own merch. We have our aprons. We're gonna have some more stuff coming up this week, so you'll probably see it by the time this is out. So stay tuned for all that kind of stuff, and let's just get into it. All right, so super easy. Gonna need some sweet potatoes. Gonna want about 4 cups worth. I figured these were about a cup a piece, so I got 2 of them. Gonna need some white sugar, some brown sugar, 2 eggs, a little bit of salt, not a lot of salt, a little bit of salt, and some milk. I don't trust the half and half stuff, and 4 tablespoons of the butter, and a little bit of flour. Now, one of the special things here is you're going to need some pecans, smashed or, you know, just kind of whole, I guess. So first things first, you got your sweet potato. You want to go clean these, skin them if you can, try to get these knots out of them. I just shaved them with a knife. So got them nice and washed, shaved off, cut out the eyes as best I can. So now you got to take these, and you can just boil them whole, but I've always thought, it could be just psychological, but I've always thought that it goes faster if you go ahead and cut these down into smaller pieces first. I don't know why. There's got to be science on this. I'll have to look it up. So cube all these up or cut them up into whatever pieces. Get you a decent pot. You just want to put it, go ahead and put these in there, put them at medium to medium high, and you want to put water in enough to cover them, right? It's just like making mashed potatoes. You're going to squish these. So keep your plate handy. I'm going to show you why in a minute. I didn't have enough water in this bowl, so like I said, I'm going to fill it up. It's going to cover, but not quite cover, so we're going to go grab a little bit more water. So just enough to cover it, so that's good. All right, so you get it up to nice and boiling speed, and now if you don't have a lid, go ahead and put that plate right on top of it. All right, it works the same. Give it a stir every now and then, but keep it boiling until it's nice and squishy. So this is a good rolling boil. I think it took about 8 to 12 minutes. Go ahead and strain those, put them in a big bowl, and mash them. If you don't have a masher, use a fork. I just happen to have a masher. Hey, masher. So just squish those up as best you can. Like I said, I didn't shave all the skin off, but it didn't show up, so it's not a problem. Go ahead and add both your eggs right here. All right, go ahead and throw those in there. Don't worry about dropping shell in. You can just reach and grab it out. I've had a lot of people worry about that. Don't worry about it. You want 4 tablespoons of butter. Just go ahead and throw that in there, unmelted. And then you're going to need a little bit of white sugar. It's half a cup of white sugar that you want to put in there, and then half a cup of milk. All right, so just go ahead and put those in there. This is where you're going to add your salt. I don't understand the salt, but it's half a teaspoon is all you want. And then also, I decided to add some vanilla extract to this. I just don't think sweet potatoes are sweet enough for me, so I just added half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. It's optional, don't have to do it, but I think it makes it better. Go ahead and beat those eggs up. Just get it all stirred in until it's nice and smooth. I stopped and had to cut up the butter just a little bit, just to help it melt. But the potatoes were still warm enough from the mashing and the boiling that they're fine. So go ahead and set those aside. Get you a 9x13 dish. Right, that's what this is. And get you another little bit of butter. You're going to need another 3 tablespoons of butter for the second part. Just use the top of it, kind of give this a nice rundown. Helps it not stick to the bottom. And then preheat your oven for 325. It's set aside, like I said, it's buttered. You don't have to. I guess there's enough butter in the other one that you don't really need to butter it. But it's just good luck, I guess. So go ahead and pile this in here. Mash it flat. This is another one of those awkward life analogies I try to give you guys. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be pretty. Just make it fit from end to end, right? So just get it a nice pat down, a nice rub down. Get all the edges. Doesn't have to be perfect. Like I said, you're not icing a cake. It's just sweet potato mush that you put in there. So that rest of that butter we're talking about, the 3 tablespoons, put it in your microwave for 20 seconds. Let it melt it. Get you a medium bowl. You're going to use half a cup of brown sugar, and then a 1/3 of a cup of flour. Okay, now this is the stuff that's going to go on top, so I don't understand it, but as per the recipe, you're only supposed to add the butter a little bit at a time and keep stirring. I did that. I just made one really wet lump kind of in the middle. It didn't stir around, so I quickly lost my temper and lost my patience and just poured it all in there. Same thing. I don't think it anything did. Now, it said to stir it until it's coarse. I mean, it's sugar, man. So, I'm pretty sure it started coarse. So I just went ahead and lumped this up as best you can. And then you're going to need to throw in your half a cup of chopped or crushed pecans. I wouldn't suggest the whole ones just because you need a lot more to be able to cover the space we have. Go ahead and stir these around. Try to get that sugar in every part of that pecan so you don't just have plain pecans. I know it's blasphemy to come from the South and say that pecans are just plain. So, I keep saying so. Now, you got your sweet potato stuff. Go ahead and sprinkle this on the top. I don't have like a sifter or anything like that, so I try to be artistic as possible and just use a spoon to slowly put this out. I did miss a corner. That'll be my corner. I'll use that as penance of not doing it evenly across the way. Go ahead and put this in your oven and put it in there for right at 20 minutes, 18 to 20 minutes, or until golden brown is what the recipe says. This doesn't look golden brown to me, so I put it in for another 12 minutes. Didn't get much golden or brown, but it was starting to be more solid. You can see where it's cooking. It's perfectly fine for me. That's it. This was really super cheap. This really didn't cost much. I think the sweet potatoes and the milk were the most expensive part. So this was like well under $7. This will feed everybody to have a little bit as a side. If you're going to eat it by yourself, well, I hope you like sweet potatoes, but this is a great side. It's really good. You should try this. It's not marshmallows on top, but it's worth it. And there you have it, folks. Sweet potato casserole. I've never been much on sweet potatoes except when I was sharing them with my monkey growing up, which I don't want to get it's a long story. But this smells outstanding. It's really great. So try it. If you do something different or you'd like to see me do something different, you try it yourself, let me know. Put it down in the comments. Find us over on social media. You can find us on Facebook, Patreon, Pinterest. Shout out to our patrons. You can find us at all of those at Living Between Paychecks Kitchen. Or you can find us at Instagram at Living Between. And I'll see you next time. And next time, I mean, this is part 2 of 3 of sides, so stay tuned for another one.